Hey people, it's EDDBUD here, today with a letter of love for one of this year's surprise shoe slingers. Have Puma come up with the Saucony Endorphin line of 2021. Hey peeps, thanks for tuning in, it's always appreciated. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But also click the bell below for notifications when I roll out those new videos for you. It also really helps the channel out if you give this video a thumbs up like. Merci beaucoup. Over the course of 2021, Puma have emerged from that sort of casual cave, fashion obscurity, into the running limelight. Even their top pace shoe has helped some athletes achieve some podium places. I think they've covered pretty much every single base for shoes that a runner could need in a rotation. There's something for everyone. They really are turning into the king cat for me in 2021. A quick breakdown of Puma's offerings from this year. Of course, for those daily miles, the Puma Velocity Nitro seems a good bet. Predominantly Nitro midsole here, with a little wedge of EVA back in the rear of the shoe. There's this weird stability element as well with this TPU piece here that they've put in. I'm not entirely sure all about that, but it certainly feels like a stable shoe on foot. I think they've geared and priced this one up as a major competitor to Nike's Pegasus model. The Puma shoe being a good 45 grams lighter than Nike's model in my size at least. Nike seemingly happy to just rely on their historic heritage of that Pegasus model. I think the Velocity Nitro at its retail price is a worthy competitor to that shoe. I bet Puma will try to refine the upper and the ride in this one in 2022. I did find the Velocity Nitro a touch long, so do bear that in mind if you're thinking about picking up a pair. Perhaps if you are marathon training, then you might want a little bit more Nitro underfoot, just to provide a little bit of extra impact protection. Don't worry though, Puma have got you covered with the Magnify Nitro. This shoe says longer running, and it says slower running. And it says the word plush to me. The shoes speak to me, you know. Comfortable cushion here to ease those aching joints, with a little bit of guide and direction to ensure a nice smooth transition. Only a touch more expensive than the Velocity Nitro, but it fulfills quite a specific role and use case for me. I think those runners who are undertaking a half or full marathon in the future and are training with those longer efforts could put these into action to great success. Yeah, those that are doing the more grueling events, I think the extra plush upper here and that huge stack of Nitro will certainly come in handy. We're not always running slowly though, are we guys? At times we need something with a little bit more pace. Puma lavished us earlier in the year with the Liberate Nitro, a flexible upper of freedom. Super light in my size, 224 grams or 7.9 ounces, and a very capable shoe for training or racing. I think the 5k or 10k will be ideal for this shoe, though you have to be honest, it does take a few design nods from its much more expensive counterpart. I took it up to a half marathon, found no issues at all. I think a few people suggested that there just simply isn't enough cushion there. Well, I didn't find that. Again, the price is right with this shoe. Puma seem to be able to manufacture great shoes at a low price, so it does make you wonder about all those other manufacturers that charge the earth for them. I've seen this one as low as 42 earth credits here in the UK. It's just absolutely absurd, especially when you consider the quality of the shoe. I think there's about 50 miles into these now and there's absolutely no issues whatsoever. The grip on the outsole looks barely used. So for some higher tempo workouts, reach for the Liberate Nitro. I love it. Going up the scale now in terms of price, but also weight, the Deviate Nitro is one shoe that Puma almost nailed, though the upper material, mixed with that very rigid plate and compressive foam, did cause some inconsistent rubbing issues for some runners back there in the heel. As a tempo or speed shoe, it does give you the option of a slightly more built-up upper, just a little more substantial and less flexible type material here, and quite a bit of extra tongue padding as well. This, in my opinion, is the only real misstep from Puma in 2021. At between 140 and 150 earth credits here in the UK, it's by far heavier than the final shoe in today's roundup, at Deviate Nitro Elite, which is only about 20 quid extra. So I can't see too many people opting for this, but there's a problem. We'll get to that in a moment. A bit of an elephant in the room. As a tempo trainer, I don't think you can go too far wrong with the Deviate Nitro. If the fit works for you, then great. But I know some people had to make a few adaptations to the shoe to stop that heel rubbing. involving scissors. The nitro-infused P-Bax material though in the midsole of the Deviate Nitro Elite is worth the extra cash. It's just a step up from the rest of the Nitro shoes that I've showed you today. Today a 10-mile effort on some relatively tired legs, but those conditions always create the best tests, don't they? I took it reasonably easy for the first 5 miles, paces between 8 minutes and 7 minutes 30, but threw in some faster miles later at 6 minutes 23, 6:45 and 6:21 per mile. So that's pretty much right down to my 5k race pace. The legs are left feeling great and I feel enthused, which is amazing considering it was a struggle to even get out there in the first place. I did a gig in Bristol the night before. I don't think I got to bed till about 1:45, and going to bed at that time just doesn't really work with me at all anymore. As such, this one's crept right up the charts in terms of possible race options. It just feels so darn good as well to use it in training. I think it's right up there in my mind with the Vaporfly Next% 2 and the Adios Pro 2. And it's the cheapest of the bunch as well. The only big issue with this one and the elephant in the room is the availability of this model. It's impossible to get. It's like gold dust. In fact, here in the UK, it's probably easier to buy petrol right now than it is to get a pair of these. Everybody wants this shoe due to its cheaper price, the performance is so light as well, on par with the Next%. And let's not forget that traction. Oh boy, it's good. But Puma seem unable to produce enough shoes for the demand. It just seems like a massive missed opportunity to me. Nike having some production problems, logistical issues. Get the shoes out there, people want them. I can't believe it's just for this model as well, because it seems like they can knock out endless colorways of the Deviate, of the Liberate, of the Velocity. So why is it so hard for them to manufacture more of the Elite? I know countless viewers out there that would pay money straight up now and get a pair. They'd stump up the Earth credits in a heartbeat. Gary Monroe and Robin Marbert are two such people I was chatting with on Strava earlier. Ben Reed, a follower of mine on Strava, also ran the Torbay half marathon in a pair of these and he loves them more than the Next%. I think Rich Shelley as well is opting for these over the Next% for the Stroud half marathon in a few weeks. I wonder what the issue could be. It really perplexes me. Maybe the demand has just far exceeded what Puma ever thought they would have. It's like this untapped running market there, and they suddenly thought, oh, hang on, well, we can't make the shoes fast enough. Some type of materials issue. Maybe they just can't get hold of the right sort of stuff. There's not enough packing foam available. Maybe some logistical problem. We know that other companies are experiencing that right now. Either way, they have a Vaporfly eliminator here in the Deviate Nitro Elite. I mean, paying athletes to wear your shoes only goes so far, doesn't it? Do all those athletes wear Nike shoes because they want to or because they're being paid to? Look at Charlotte Purdue's superb performance the other day in the Adidas Adios Pro 2. Although she is a sponsored athlete, still a great performance. And we see those shoes turning up on the podiums as well as the Nike shoes recently. I think it's only a matter of time when we see these a little bit more often. Let's hope some pairs surface in the coming weeks, as Puma should really strike while the iron's hot. What do you make on Puma's running lineup for 2021? It's really excited me. Pretty much every shoe's got some really strong positive points, and certainly this one is right up there in my opinion. It really is a beautiful shoe. Let me know your thoughts and musings down in the comments. A quick musical interlude for you. We're heading back to 1997 today, guys, for Boomerang's album, Balance of the Force. We got some more sort of intelligent drum and bass sounds here, calm and collected beats. Lots of nice string arrangements too, lots of space in the mix there. Soulbeat Runner and Lazarus are amongst my favourites on this album. Boomerang probably aren't a household name in the drum and bass scene. I know they had a few great 12s out that I picked up. Some really interesting tunes, just a little bit of a different take on that whole scene. Certainly worth checking out if you're into those types of beats. They kept it nice and fresh on this one. It still sounds good even today. Is that like 25 years later? It still sounds pretty fresh. Check this one out, Balance of the Force by Boomerang. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm going to get me and my Jordans downstairs and get this edited and ready for you. Just want to say a big well done and congrats to Confusi and Emily Heller. They've both been running the Chicago Marathon today. Great job, guys. I'm sure they'll have some cool content for you very soon, breaking down their races. If you haven't done so already, guys, please hit that subscribe button and click the bell below for notifications of when we launch those new videos for you. And it helps us out a huge amount here at EDDBUD Running Shoe Reviews. You give this video a thumbs up like, but also share it with your running buddies. My name's EDDBUD, and I'll be seeing you